Good fellows, journey back to a peculiar pre-Gutenberg era, a world not of digital deluge, but profound intellectual drought. Imagine knowledge, a rare, precious elixir, bottled and guarded. Before the printing press, information was pure privilege. Forget instant Wikipedia. Books were literal treasures, painstakingly hand-copied, word by word, by dedicated monks in silent scriptoriums. These scribes, by candlelight, spent years on a single manuscript, sheer labor. Each copied page was a testament to patience, a bottleneck to progress. This wasn't merely slow, it was an information famine, a true intellectual desert. Result? Knowledge became a luxury, reserved for clergy, nobility, and wealthiest scholars. Most humanity lived in intellectual twilight, their minds yearning yet starved of learning. Idea dissemination, torturously slow. Innovation spread at a snail's pace. This era wasn't just old-fashioned, society was fundamentally shaped by scarcity of recorded thought. Stark reminder of true power locked within every page, every screen we now casually consume. Good day, history aficionados. Sure Chuckleton here, ready to uncork a tale of clever innovation. We often hail inventors as solitary geniuses, but true breakthroughs, my friends, are often brilliant cocktails of existing ideas. Take Johannes Gutenberg. Picture him in 15th century Mainz, Germany. Books were hand-copied, painstakingly slow, and terribly expensive, a true luxury. Gutenberg, however, had an epiphany, a marvelous fusion of concepts. He observed a bustling wine harvest, noting the powerful screw press extracting juice from grapes. A familiar sight, yes? And then he pondered the meticulous work of a goldsmith, using small, robust punches to stamp intricate designs onto coins. Ah, the spark. The wine press for its formidable pressure. The coin punches for their repeatable, individual characters. What if one arranged these individual, durable metal letters, movable type, on a frame, inked them, and pressed them onto paper with the force of a wine press? Bingo! A simple idea, yet utterly transformative. This wasn't some magical leap, it was a brilliant remix, a glorious synergy. Gutenberg didn't invent the wheel, he simply motorized it. He didn't just print books, he printed the future. Imagine the impact. Knowledge, once hoarded, was now democratized. The world was about to change one page at a time. Truly a masterpiece of lateral thinking. Ah, the good old days, before binge-watching cat videos. Information was scarce. Information was scarce. Imagine a sacred text copied painstakingly by hand. Monks with calloused fingers and endless patience were the original content creators, but oh so slow. Then, bam! Johannes Gutenberg drops the mic with his movable type. With his movable type, suddenly, books weren't just for the elite, they were for everyone. A true information explosion. The first Bibles weren't just religious texts, they were mass-produced bestsellers, flooding Europe faster than viral tweet. Knowledge, once a guarded secret, became a public commodity. This wasn't just about reading, it was about rethinking, questioning, and sharing. Sound familiar? Think of it as the 15th century internet, a wild, untamed frontier of facts, fictions, and fiery debates. The printing press didn't just print books, it printed possibilities, reshaped societies, and kicked off an intellectual revolution. From dusty scrolls to digital screens, the thirst for knowledge remains the same, doesn't it? A magnificent flood.
Greetings, history enthusiasts. Today, we uncover the original viral phenomenon, the Reformation's pamphlet wars. Imagine 16th century Europe, where debates were confined to elites, spreading slowly. Information was controlled. Then, a pivotal act. Martin Luther posted his 95 Theses. What began as an academic challenge, thanks to Gutenberg's revolutionary printing press, swiftly became an unprecedented media explosion. These arguments, translated from Latin into German, were printed by thousands. Luther's words, no longer confined to libraries, reached ordinary people, farmers, artisans, everyone. The church, accustomed to unchallenged authority, faced a relentless PR battle. Luther and his allies, then opponents, flooded the market with countless pamphlets. This wasn't mere theology, it was psychological warfare, a fierce battle for hearts and minds waged with ink and paper. This printing press propaganda fractured religious unity, reshaped political power, and forever altered Western civilization. A true media firestorm.
The printing press. Its scientific impact? Monumental. Before Gutenberg, knowledge was a fragile secret, copied by hand. Scribes often introduced errors. Imagine isolated alchemists, astronomers, each charting different skies. No standard data. Science whispered, disconnected. Then, boom, movable type. Discoveries duplicated accurately, swiftly, widely. Galileo's findings reached countless academies. This wasn't just sharing, it was standardizing information. A common language of observation emerged. Early scientific journals, born from this tech, became their internet. Platforms for peer review, ideas tested, challenged, refined collaboratively. This reproducible knowledge birthed the Enlightenment and our modern scientific method. From lone scholars to a global inquiry network, all thanks to a clever machine and better books. Quite the tale, wouldn't you agree? Greetings, Sir Chuckleton here, ready to unravel a peculiar paradox. For centuries, Europe was a patchwork of disparate regions. Then, almost by accident, the printing press changed everything. The printing press, a beacon of enlightenment, a revolution of thought. Or was it? While we laud Gutenberg's genius, print cast some ominous shadows. Authorities quickly realized its power. Dissenting ideas, once whispered, were now mass-produced, challenging dogma. Censorship quickly reared its ugly head. But print wasn't just about suppressing truth. It became a formidable weapon for falsehoods. Consider the infamous Malleus Maleficarum, the witch hammer. This grim manual, detailing how to prosecute alleged witches, was a bestseller, fueling centuries of paranoia and cruelty across Europe, a chilling testament to print's capacity to amplify terror. And then, propaganda. Rulers weaponized the press. Pamphlets became instruments to demonize opponents, incite hatred, and crush dissent. From religious wars to revolutions, the printing press, in the wrong hands, was a master of manipulation. So next time you marvel at a bound book, remember its dual nature. For every glorious page of knowledge, a tale of dark influence. Quite the paradox, wouldn't you say? The printing press. More than just ink on paper, it was a philosophical, seismic shift. Before Gutenberg, knowledge was a carefully guarded, often dogmatic treasure, painstakingly copied by monks. But then, thunk went the press, and suddenly, ideas exploded. Countless copies of Aristotle, alongside radical new pamphlets, spread like wildfire. This wasn't just about faster reading, it was about democratizing thought. When everyone could access diverse perspectives, old certainties crumbled. Dogma, once unassailable,
faced intense scrutiny. People started thinking for themselves, comparing arguments, asking why and who says. Enter the Enlightenment, a dazzling intellectual explosion. Thinkers like John Locke, scribbling about natural rights and government by consent, or Jean-Jacques Rousseau, dreaming of the social contract. Their easily reproducible words weren't confined to dusty academic halls. They permeated society, sparking debates in coffeehouses, fueling revolutions, and laying bedrock for modern democratic ideals. The printing press didn't just print books, it printed freedom of thought, one page at a time. Sir Chuckleton concludes, holding a single page of text.
Good day, curious chroniclers. Sir Chuckleton here, ready to whisk you from the clanking presses of yesteryear to the dazzling pixels of today. Our journey begins not with a tweet, but with ink, paper, and a certain Johannes Gutenberg. His revolutionary printing press, much like the internet, promised an explosion of knowledge. Imagine, suddenly, books weren't just for monks. Information democratized, ideas spread like wildfire. But with this grand liberation came a curious side effect: information overload. Too many pamphlets, too many opinions, the 15th century equivalent of an endless scroll. And what of those filter bubbles? Even then, people gravitated towards text that affirmed their existing beliefs. Misinformation? Oh, indeed. Printing presses churned out propaganda and sensationalist pamphlets long before fake news became a buzzword. The challenges we face today, discerning truth from fiction, navigating echo chambers, feeling overwhelmed by data, are not entirely new digital demons. They are in fact remarkably similar echoes, amplified and accelerated by our screens, of the very same dilemmas that Gutenberg's magnificent invention first unleashed upon the world. A fascinating continuum, wouldn't you agree?